Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character extruder by me, so let's get into it. You and Childe were pretty close friends, which means he was the one to introduce you to Snezhnaya. And he helped you. He really did. And you got settled in pretty easily because he was on your side. Money-wise, support-wise, and even emotionally. Not to mention, he had great influence. So it wasn't like anyone could disagree with him. Regardless of all of that, there was still one more person that you weren't ready to enter your life. But he entered anyway. That one person in question was another harbinger. Truly, what is it with you and harbingers? Why is it that they're with you at every turn? Perhaps it's your strength or determination that attracts them to you so easily and makes them not want to go away. Maybe it's the fact that you love children so much and are so protective of them. So kind. The child loved you so much. Or the fact that you were willing to fight for what you believe in, no matter who stood before you. Which is why Scaramouche found himself really attracted by you. And slowly, he was beginning to get more invested. He started watching you from afar, asking his men how you were doing every once in a while, just to make sure you're okay. He didn't know why he was so attached to seeing you every day, to want to know more about you. But it only got worse with time. And suddenly, he started leaving gifts at your door, anonymously. It was creepy to say the least. And Childe was rather concerned, telling someone to look out for who puts those gifts at your door, to make sure you weren't being stalked or anything. But it turns out, it was no one other than Scaramouche himself. Seriously? What was he doing in there? Now Childe was pissed, because someone out there, that someone being Scaramouche, who was trying to get your heart, to win you over, for no reason at all. You were already friends, you were close, when Childe felt something for you, even if he didn't admit it yet, but it was there, and it would hurt to see you leave. It really would. So he began to be more protective of you, for reasons that you honestly could not fight with him over, until your mysterious admirer came and showed you his face. He did it, knocking on your door, a gift in hand, and a soft smile on his face. To anyone else, it would be creepy because Scaramouche never looked like that at anyone. But to you, he never even knew. He told you that he's been watching you for a while. Of course, in a creepy way. And he apologized, but he said that he was too shy to talk to you. What a trickster, Scara. And you let him in. And he was so charming, so nice and so gentle, and so loving and understanding. And slowly, you started to fall for him too. And it felt difficult, because Childe was now going to you every single day, and Scara trying to do the same. And eventually ended up with them fighting many times in headquarters, even though Piero had warned them that they shouldn't fight like this over a mere mortal, and also that they should keep them out of the equation, since it would disrupt their work. But they chose not to listen, and ended up getting into many fights, and sometimes Childe would come in with an injury, and you would ask why, and he would tell you it was just some dumb shit. He would not admit to being weak, let alone ruin your dreams of being with Scaramouche. He was not a horrible person. He didn't like him. He wanted him to get away. But at the same time, he never wanted anyone to break your heart. And if seeing Scaramouche in a bad light would break your heart and ruin everything for you, then he wouldn't do that. He didn't want you to cry. He didn't want you to be sad. And though he was trying his best to be with you, If being with Scaramouche, who he hated so deeply, would make you happy, then he would agree to it. He would agree to anything, as long as it was a thing for you, the thing to make you happy, and something that you could do, no matter how painful it might be for him. He didn't realize how similar he was to Scaramouche in this aspect. How they both wanted you to have the best of everything. How they didn't want to ruin anything for you, no matter how difficult it may make their lives. They would accept it, if only to see your smiles and the happiness that they can bring you. And in the end, they found one way to get around this. Since they didn't want to bring you into it, and didn't want to make you confused, they agreed that whoever you pick will be the chosen one. And they won't fight anymore after it. They will do their best, and they can choose. But if by any chance the two of them can win your heart, then they would learn to cooperate and accept each other. If that makes you happy, then it does. That's all that mattered to them. Thankfully, it was over soon, because of the rest of the Harbingers were experiencing a lot, like yelling from Childe, shoes thrown at each other, a lot of fights. They were glad that they came to a truce. And then, Childe had told you that Scarrow was actually his friend, and you started feeling guilty because you felt like you were seeing someone behind him even though you weren't partners. So, he told you about their offer, that the two of them were attracted to you and wanted to be with you. He told you could make your choice, and no matter what it is, they will accept it because it was your choice to make, not theirs. And all they want is your happiness. And eventually, you invited them both and took both of their hands, squeezing them gently and telling them that you'll make your choice. Both of their hearts bumping like it was the end of the world. And you told them that you wanted to try being with them both. I mean, how could you choose? One of them was Childe, who was an utter heartthrob, and then Scaramouche, who was really hot and cute and everything. Everything they ever wanted was on these two, and they loved you, cherished you, like you were their entire world. So for them, you wanted to try something different. And you know you'll feel loved. As long as the two of them were by your side, you'd feel so horribly and terribly loved. And that's all that you wanted from this, and all that they wanted to do. So, with matching goals, you decided that it would be a good try. And so did they. And that night, it was spent in peppering your face with kisses. And a lot more than that. But you can probably guess, can't you?